So this rig here is my 2 hook clip down rig, and it's going to be using an Aberdeen size 4 hooks. This is for flatty fish, 36 inch, and the snood lengths are only 12 inches long. 60-pound rig body, 25-pound snood. These are the Innova rig winders, and you've got this little sticker with them that you can put on there, which I think is pretty good. For this rig, we will start at the top, and we've got our 60-pound mono, which is for the main rig body. And then if we go down, we come to our first swivel, and this swivel will be crimped with these brass crimps, these small luminous beads, and this little tiny swivel. Don't think that because this swivel is so small that it's going to be very weak. In fact, it's not. At the time I bought these from Vils, they're actually got a really strong breaking strain, way more than I need. Attached to that is 25 pounds amnesia, and the hook length, or the snood length I'm going for, is a 12 inch. This is because it seems to be the ideal length for bottom feeders, which in this particular case will be like flatfish, dabs, plaice, flounder. Okay, so we don't tend to want this snood length too long, as it can move about too much in the water, and then they won't be able to catch hold of it. So you notice that we come down to these beads. Now these beads I got from Vils again, and they're yellow and black, and the yellow ones have got this translucent look to them, and they're quite reflective. So this is why I went for these. These are actually quite small beads. Obviously you can go for larger ones, but I find that these are enough. If the water is clear enough, they're going to see them. And then of course you can see here that I've got this homemade flexible plastic hook that I 3D printed, and this will actually flex. It's not to catch the fish, it's purely just to better present the bait. It's instead of having a pennel set up. Basically with the flatfish, they don't tend to swallow that far down. If they did, this is something that isn't going to actually penetrate into their mouth at all. It's very flexible, and if so, it can snap off quite easily if I kept on pulling on that. But I tend to find this is actually pretty good just for hook presentation. The reason why I don't use the traditional pennel setups for like with 2 hooks all the time is because simply when I lose rigs, and I say when, not if, when I lose rigs, I'm losing 4 hooks like this particular kind of rig every single time. So I'd rather not lose additional hooks. I keep on buying them. So that's why I invented this little tiny contraption here. It still presents the bait very well. This is made so it runs in line with the line, as you can see there. Much more better presentation. It's all about. Next, what you see down here is you see a cascade swivel. So it's similar to a normal swivel, only the fact that it allows us to hook on a hook from the top snood, and this is actually the actual swivel for the bottom snood. So you can see there how this is set up. Now if I was to unhook this just for a moment here, this is what it looks like. Okay, and this leads on to our bottom snood. Again, same setup. We've got the beads, we've got a rubber stopper there, and I buy these from Temu. They're actually pretty good. So this would replace you having to get gum or a stop, or making a stop knot. And again, another stop knot would be right down there. It's actually inside there, if you can see it there, but there's one inside here, just there, and it stops you from sliding down, all in the purpose for a good bait presentation. And at the very bottom here, I will use this bait link with the little hook on it. And the way I'd set this rig up is I would work from the bottom up. So I'd make the main length of the rig body. a 36-inch. I would put this in the bottom here, hook it up with a hook, and then I would slide it up right up to here, and this is when I would put the crimp in, so it's got a strong connection with the bottom there. Okay, it's got a strong connection. And then I would get the second hook and I would hook that on there, and again I would move this up. Before I do any crimping, I'll move it up so it's nice and tight here, and then I'll crimp it, and then that means that we've got a nice slimline castable rig. You can see there, nice and tight, nice presentation, all the way up. To the very top.